Good morning, Soul Embodiment Tribe. Bridget Patton here with Soul Massages. Wanted to hop on here before we get a storm going on outside. I just wanted to talk to everyone a little bit about forgetfulness and what happens when you go through your spiritual awakening. So even if you don't realize it, what's going on is everything inside of your body is going through an entire structural upgrade. Because what's happening to humanity is consciousness is expanding. When consciousness expands, the deeper we go inward, the further we can reach outward, and the more we are able to access source, the more available source energy is to us. So the deeper our transformation and the more we understand ourselves and our emotions, the easier it is to access the Christ consciousness. And Christ consciousness is that pure love energy, that feeling when we get downloads, that sensation that is like, oh my gosh, I know exactly what I need to do right now, before our brain gets involved and starts putting a stop to all of it. So what happens is, as we're going through this restructure, our body starts to take over and override what our mind has been programmed to believe. So as that's happening, you may start to forget things because you are literally in between two dimensions. You're in between your head and your heart. You're like in limbo. So you may walk into another room and you may forget what you were doing. You may you may say something and somebody might ask what you just said and you have no idea what even just came out of your mouth. A lot of this occurs when you are going through your spiritual awakening because your soul it's kind of like taking over your body. I know that seems sort of like Invasion of the Body Snatchers or something, but really what it is our cellular structure is upgrading. So if you understand what the sacred geometry is with the flower of life and the tree of life, if you don't know, look it up. The more complex the energy vibrations, the energy grid is, the easier it is to hold those higher vibrations for longer periods of time. It's like you build stamina. It's like you are expanding in a way that allows for that energy to reside inside of your body and communicate with your mind back and forth. So one thing that people are kind of saying is happening is that they feel like they're going crazy. They're losing their minds. And you are. That's exactly what's happening. You are losing your mind. You're losing the programming that you were born with. You're losing the programming that, you collected along the way as you were growing up and developing in society for lifetimes. It's not even just this lifetime. So I want each and every one of you guys to recognize this. This isn't something that's just happening just to you. It's happening to everybody on the globe. It's going to reach everybody. And the more involved you become, the easier this transformation is. And so when we think about making decisions, you have to understand that your human part, your mind, is lazy. The mind is lazy. The human aspects of us will stay in the vibration that we're in until we're booted out of the nest. My mentor likes to say that. She kicks us out of the nest to get us moving. Or we get inspired and we make a choice, even though it's very uncomfortable, to change and shift our reality. If we make that choice, it doesn't feel good at first. It feels confusing. It feels like, did I make the right decision? It feels like, oh my God, what am I doing? It feels like I finally have lost my mind, and everybody around you may think the same thing. But really what you're doing is you're tuning into your spirit's guidance and that inner compass, and you're taking the necessary action so that you can create more space inside of your body for your spirit to do that guiding. And you're building that trust up, you're building that belief system up inside of you until it's a knowing. And that's why I come on and I do these videos, because I know not everybody is ready to join Crack the Safe and really take action and just take the bull by the horns, I like to say. That's my old cowgirl part of me coming out. So when you're doing that, you are becoming the creator of your reality. You're taking responsibility. Responsibility is your ability to respond to these vibrations and these sensations and getting those anchors in place so that you know what to do, so that you don't lose your way as you're ascending. And you're not, I mean, you never really lose your way, but it makes it a heck of a lot easier when you know what you're doing, so that as you ascend, you're not disoriented and you're not like, oh my gosh, I'm losing my mind. And you're not having those thoughts of, am I crazy and have I lost it? You're realizing and recognizing that all you're doing is you're surrendering different parts of yourself up to spirit. And that's what I do in my Crack the Safe course. I help you guys get those patterns. I help you see where the blocks are, where the resistance is, so you can become one with source. And losing your memory and losing what's happening, that is going to happen. Everybody is going to experience this in some way. It's nothing to be afraid of. It's just part of the transformation that we're going through. But the more in tune you get with your body, the easier it is to create those anchors, and the easier it is to understand what you need to do for you, because all of the old structures are falling apart very slowly. They're already being replaced with new systems. There are a lot of light workers out there doing their part, doing what they were, born to do here, to create that new reality, the new earth reality, and hold those grids in place. The energy grids are wherever we're at physically on the planet. When we're doing our work, we are allowing for spirit to prompt us to take those physical actions, because really what we're doing is we literally are creating a new earth reality. We're not just doing it in our minds. We're not just having fantasies or anything like that. We are moving forward because in a collective consciousness kind of perspective, we all are working together. For lifetimes, maybe a lot of the spiritual leaders had done it by themselves, and they were just getting the message out, and they were using those vibrations to shift what was going on inside of the body. Now what's happening is we're taking those vibrations and we're creating with them. We're creating physical places. A lot of people are coming out and they're doing the sanctuaries. This is something that I have heard from every single light worker. They've all had that prompting inside of them somewhere that talks about a spiritual center or a holistic building or something. And that's because we can feel that the creation of the other systems that are in place were not created from a place of pure joy and opening up to source and spirit. A lot of them were created from a place of fear, which is, it served its purpose up until this point right now, just like your survival instincts and your ego. But understand that it's not there permanently. Everything is shifting. Everything is changing. And you have access to all of that. Everything, that blueprint, that map is inside of you, and you have that prompting too. Every single one of us came here to fulfill a higher mission, to fulfill something that would allow you to do and accomplish everything that you were meant to be and experience here. So understand that when you're starting to lose your mind and you're starting to be forgetful, it's really your soul's way of sort of taking over and moving that energy from head to heart. It's moving that energy from head to heart. And I did a post about that yesterday. So understand that when we're moving from head to heart, we're not going to be thinking with our mind anymore. We're going to be feeling with our body, and we're going to be doing all of our communication that way as well. So we can either jump on the bandwagon right now, or we can get dragged along at the tail end of everything. Everybody's going to go through this shift. It's happening so quickly right now because there are so many people that are honoring themselves and honoring their journey and taking that necessary step forward. And all that does is it amplifies and makes everything move even more quickly. We can do the earth healing and balancing here that every person that I've talked to has some sense of it. It may not be your calling or your mission, but it doesn't matter. Everything's connected. You're going to have something else that you're doing, and it's going to add energy to the ones that are doing the earth healing and the ones that are trying to preserve our water and everything that we really need that's really actually important. That's what we're coming to realize. And those experiences that we want to have and that we're being led towards, it's the time to do it right now. If you're feeling forgetful and you don't know what's going on, it's to make room for the things that really matter. It's to give you space so that you can receive those messages. If there's so much going on upstairs that you can't think straight and you're worried about this and you're worried about that, then yeah, you're gonna get to a point, whether it's consciously or unconsciously, just by being in this group, it's gonna accelerate your consciousness and your expansion because of the energy in here. I mean, you are transforming. You are going through this spiritual awakening, and it happens in layers. It happens in portions, and nobody really knows how far humanity is going to go because of free will. We don't know what could happen. There's multiple realities that could unfold right now, and we have the potential to join in with all of the light workers and connect with our spirit to make a difference. Or we can keep putting it off to the side and let our human run the show, which has been going on for centuries and it's not working. But that's what we do because it's like, well, I have a roof over my head, I have money in my pocket, so everything's fine. But if you feel that deeper yearning inside of you that's asking you to look for more, to seek out more, listen to it. There's a reason why. This isn't just about, this isn't just about going through your spiritual awakening. It's about coming here in this time and space with all of the collective wisdom that you have acquired over all of your previous lifetimes, so that in this time and now, you can make a difference. And you can make a difference. That's why you're listening to this video right now, because you have the ability to do it. You wouldn't be able to even receive this message physically from me if you weren't part of this. And the more everybody steps into their skin with their soul, the faster everything happens for everyone else. So those people that you look at and you think, they're not getting on board, I don't know what she's talking about, this isn't going to happen. Well, there's a few people in my life that I felt the same way with a couple of years ago, and it's happened. They have transitioned. They have moved into this space with me. Some haven't, and that's okay. They're going to get here one way or another, whether it's through me or somebody else. It doesn't really matter. Sometimes our role is to activate people and to trigger a series of events for somebody so that they can see for themselves. So just understand that as you move through this, the forgetfulness and what's going on upstairs. I just walked out of the room. For a minute, it feels like it may cause a little fear. It may cause a little worry, like, okay, what is happening to me? But know that it's completely normal. This is what happens. You get anchors in place so that you can keep ascending without having that wobbly, oh my gosh, I need to hit the deck feeling. So one more thing that I kind of want to connect with you guys on, we are going through a portal right now. This whole last week, I don't know if your bodies have been feeling tired. Your body may feel like it just wants to sleep all day. Sleep is really powerful. It's a way for your body to heal. It's a way for you to get those downloads through your dreams. Even if you don't remember your dreams when you wake up in the morning, Spirit is absolutely transforming you as you're resting. So reach out to me if you want to hear more about Crack the Safe. Otherwise, you guys keep watching these videos and allowing for that transformation to happen. And when you're ready to dive in with both feet, you know where I'm at. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Mwah.